Hey, check. Check 2. Yeah, we're here. First episode. Yeah, this is the, here's the alpha. Want to welcome everybody here to the chat. If you're here, if not on the playback, I don't know where there would be comments to be made. I'm guessing on YouTube. I'm sorry, on Facebook and on Twitch. But it's coming to YouTube soon. That being said, this is the first show again. So we're gonna hang out. Thank you all for checking out the video. Let me know what you think after it's all over. Today, all right. Okay, we're here. Never fear. So, for those of you who know what's going on or have seen my online social media appearances, I gentle fancy. I am a musician. I play drums. I play guitar. Started playing guitar very young. Moved on to the drums a little bit later. I would say late 90s. Late 90s started performing, playing guitar and stuff, and started playing and performing drums in like a band setting, early 2000s. It would have been with a band called Absurdum out of McAllen / Mission, Texas. 2005, 2006, maybe 2007. It was about 2 years. It was a good 2-year jam. Noelia, my wife now, she was vocalist then. I was drumming then. It was pretty cool. Mike Mena, Jaimito on guitar also, and Sam De Los Santos on bass. It was a good band. Still doing it now. These days, doing a lot heavier shit than I used to do, of course, you know. You get better. You get more comfortable. Maybe not better, more comfortable. Because it's weird. Like, you think you get better, then you go listen to a recording you did 10, 15 years ago, and you realize, I'm not that much faster. Do you think you're faster now? And you're really not that much faster. But what you do notice is in here, you feel more comfortable. You know, you feel more comfortable in your hands. Maybe you're getting less injuries. All that comes with mileage. All that comes with practice and shit. And that's what these episodes are. So, Negative Audio is the home studio that I do. I used to work at an apprentice and work at other studios over the years. And I started doing my own thing quite a few years back. And technology has made it pretty rad to where we can, do more at home stuff. So, it's gotten a lot better. Here we are today. See, some people are showing up. What's up, Aaron? So there's 3 segments that I'm going to be juggling on Sundays. Sunday fun days. Since I'm a drummer, or whatever. Since I play the drums, I'm going to do a drum talk, and then I'll cycle between that and the 6-string stress, where it's a guitar talk on the following, and then after that is the Sinister 6, which I started a long time ago, man. A long time ago. It was audio only during the audio only era. Actually, what I'm gonna end up doing is uploading all the old episodes, or doing them here live, like playing them in that way, in that format, and having a live chat so you guys can chat about it, about the songs that are being played and the people who are on it. There was a few episodes, some people who are I'm still friends with, some people who I'm not, some people who are still alive, some people who are not. Like, it's been a while, man. A lot has happened, so it's cool, man. It's a trip down memory lane. So that'll be the Sinister Six era stuff, and then we're gonna be doing new episodes. So we'll have a drum talk, we'll have a guitar talk, and then we'll have a music talk. Sinister Six will be an episodes where we do just 6 songs. We talk about why. It's very specific, curated 6 songs, preferably to tell a story, whatever the story is. And what I used to normally do is I would get a guest to choose the 6 songs, but for a while there it was getting a little difficult because I had to do it in person. And now I guess with this technology I can just do this shit online, like this. So I guess we're bringing it back, and yeah, I'm real stoked on the thumbnail. I took a long time drawing it by hand, so that'll come out in 2 weeks. So there'll be 3 weekends every month, and then one weekend of rest. There'll be a drum weekend, a guitar weekend, and a fucking extreme noise music 6 songs weekend. Be cool, man. It'll be cool. And we do have our chat, and then of course we do have the breaking news. So we'll talk about the news before we close out. We'll do current events. You'll see it. So let's get this bitch going. Let's fucking fire up these engines. Let's get started. So I think next month I'm gonna have a couple guests. I will have more than one is the idea. There was a couple people who I was reaching out to last minute, and everybody was down, but it's last minute, so they weren't able to partake. But it's already happening, and it's gonna be really, really cool. I got some really, really rad drummers that have been doing some really cool shit over the years that you're gonna enjoy listening to, including that son of a gun right there, Sterling Junkin. Sterling's one of my fucking friends, and I look up to that guy. I've learned a lot from him technically and whatnot. So it'll be really rad to see him come up here, next month or whenever he has an opportunity. And yeah, it'll be cool, man. He's got a lot of wisdom and experience and kick-ass stories to share. So it'll be pretty cool. So for the first episode, I just kind of this is a fancier way of me of what I would normally do on a day off like this. I like to practice. I'll practice with a click track. I'll practice with jams. I'll practice with electronic jams, like Nintendo music or just whatever, because that doesn't waver. And it's a real good way to, get your timing going, And, I mean, this is these moments when we're at home. We always talk about it in rehearsals and shit. When you're at home and you're practicing, that's when you want to work. That's when you want to brainstorm, and you really want to drill. You really want to work. You want to work at the craft, because then when you're out on the road and you're doing your thing, you want to play. You want to have fun. You want to enjoy yourself. You want to enjoy yourself physically. You want to enjoy yourself emotionally. You want to feel the music. You don't want to be counting your dance steps and shit, making errors on the music. That sucks. But just like fighting your own body to allow you to move properly. G.I. Joe says, knowing's half the battle. G.I. Joe Dan says that yeah, half the battle is the mental. What's his name? Gene Hoglan would talk about that. And this is you can lo puedes googlear. You can Google this. Gene Hoglan would say shit like drumming is 80% mental and 20% physical. Yeah, you sway the math the way you feel like doing it. So, what the fuck? You sway the math the way you think it applies to you personally. Me personally speaking, I would say it's less mental. I mean, it's the majority is mental. So I would say like 60-40, because there is a lot of physical. Mentally, you can know what to do. But if you don't use it, you lose it. If you don't use it, you lose it, and we don't want to lose it. Okay, drumming is a very physical thing. Whether it's small micro movements and little uh, muscle memory, little twitches, or if it's like loud movements, swaying your waist around, moving your shoulders, your elbows, your neck, and keeping your balance and your hips and your legs, and you know, dude, it's physically demanding, right? Especially if you're in a heavy band. And some would say, and I'll be drum biased at the moment. Some would say that the drums maybe is the most critical part of a band's song. Yeah, maybe not, right? It's argumentative. It's just a beat. You can get a computer to just loop a beat for you, and you can make the best, coolest fucking riff ever. And yeah, you could program retardandos and formatas and all this like heavy duty like pace changing shit with a computer, and the guitar player can do it and all that. Yeah. I get it. But ultimately, what you choose as your percussion really matters as far as how intense the music is going to be perceived, how big it's going to sound, right? How chaotic it can be. I mean, literally, you can play the same, 3 or 4 chords, but drum a totally different beat and speed, and it changes the whole game. And so it does matter a lot. And then the second part of that same game is, so you can get a computer to do it all. That's great, but when you find a human being who can translate or communicate that on stage, dang, dude, that's where all of a sudden it gets a little more selective. It gets a little more. You can appreciate the individual doing that thing up there, and again, the songwriter, whether it's a guitar player who wrote the song, they said my riff needs this beat. So even it's kind of like admitting it right there. Yeah, okay, so the guitar player might be the most important person in the band, but that guitar player, even they demand a certain beat, certain tempo for their fucking special riffs or whatever, right? So yeah, in the end of the day, I mean, you can argue that, yeah, maybe the drums are the most important part of the game. And the more you craft at it at home or in your studio rehearsal space or in your fucking garage or in your basement if you're lucky. Man, I wish I could jam out in the basement. I don't know why. I think that is the coolest shit ever. You're like buried underground, like less people can hear you, if not any. That's the shit, man. Anyways, yeah, the more you do that, and when you get up on stage, you start fucking jamming out, you sound all badass. You play really, really good, right? And then nobody notices the chaos. Everybody just feels the power of the music. It's kind of like what they say about certain engineers and shit, right? Basements rule. It's like what they say about certain engineers. It's like engineers. Let's just replace engineers with drummers. Drummers do things people don't notice, but they complain when they don't do them. It's like nobody appreciates what they do. There you go. Nobody appreciates what they do, but they complain when they don't do it. If that makes any sense. You see what I mean? They don't appreciate what you do, but they complain if you don't do it. It's like noticing what you don't have until you don't have it. A solid fucking beat, a sick ass fill, tight feet, all that good shit. Dude just shows up and does his thing, but they don't realize, that it takes hours and miles and hours and steps of just grilling and drilling and doing and grinding, so that those 20 minutes to 45 minutes or whatever, if you're Iron Maiden, 1.5 to 2 long these days, fucking long ass sets. Yeah, that they come out smooth, right? I guess that's just being a good craftsman, no matter what instrument you play, whatever instrument you play. You could be a good instrumentalist. You fucking practice when you're at home. You work in the laboratory so you can play on the stage. So let's talk about cool ways to work at home, right? I like to get kind of deep. kind of deep with this thing because, like I said, though I don't feel that drums is 80% mental and 20% physical, I do feel it is a majority. So let's say like 60% mental, 65% mental, 66.6% mental. There you go. That's fucking perfect, dude. Drumming is 66.6% mental. Some of the things that you want to think about, this is stuff that, like, I know Sterling and I have kind of touched base on in person. It's been a long time, dude. I can't wait to see you again, man. You fucking moved really far away. Are the small movements, symmetry, in your sticking. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, if you don't allow the stick to move a certain way and direct it efficiently, you're directing the motion of the stick. You're not forcing it. If you direct it just the right way, you find the sticks working for you. You find the drum set working for you. Your hands, your ankles, and your wrists and your feet. You find them working and flowing when you want to play fast, or when you want to chop rudiments. You know what I'm saying? You find them working for you instead of you fighting and like running through water and working against them and injuring your arms and your hands starting to fucking hurt and all that crap, right? So on this first section of the show, I want to show you a cool tip, something cool to do on your own when you're at home and you're jamming out, not with your bandmates. This is shit that you do alone, right? I want to show some cool a cool technique here. Check this out. Watch. Let's switch cameras here. Camera 1, camera 2. All right. Here's camera 2. Let me turn on another light real quick while I move this on a little closer. Hold on. Here we go. All right, let's go back to camera 1. Camera 1. Oh, shit. All right, cool. Okay. Oh shit. This is colors. All right. So, as nerdy or as dumb or as uncomfortable as you think this might be, I strongly recommend everybody score yourself a good drum pad. This drum pad I got here is a drum pad by Zildjian. It's actually a collaboration with a company named Reflex, and it's got two sides. I scored this last year when I was preparing to do a tour with PLF, which is pretty rad. We did California and we did Spain. It's pretty cool. So this pad's really cool because it has two sides, and both sides are very much they restrict bounce. One of them more so than the other, and that brings us back to this technique we used to do in marching band, where we would get like soft, fluffy pillows, and soft, fluffy pillows allow you to not rely on bouncing the stick. See, if I drop the stick, it just thuds right into the pad. It doesn't have a cool bounce like this. Yeah. So there's bounce there, and if I you can play with that, but here there is no bounce. It just maybe one bounce and then it just dies. So get yourself a really soft pad or whatever you have available, and get yourself a click. So you can get those little devices, they're like $10 or something. on your phone, there's these free apps for metronomes. You know, get yourself a metronome, and I would say you're not gonna be so random with it. You know, you're really gonna hover anywhere between 100 BPM and then start climbing by 10. So let's do that. Let's start off. Let's get our hands warmed up. And just so you can see some of the stuff that I recommend, you know, that a lot of people recommend. This isn't just something I fucking invented, but this is something that, excuse me, that is tried and true. So that when you're, you know, when you're on the kit on stage, you feel a lot more comfortable. Check it out. So click 100 BPMs. So the 100 is the quarter note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. I'm not counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would be like fucking 400 BPM. You're sing 1, 2, 3, 4. And the reason is because when you hit an accent, in many cases, you're gonna 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Stuff like that, right? You're not counting every single thing. You need accents inside the fast movement, and so landing your accent or the change of a riff is on a 1, and when the ones are a little more separated, it's a lot easier to like feel tight on that note change, that riff change, right? So 100 BPM on the quarter note sounds like this, right? And it's got 16th note beeps in there, but the accent is on the quarter, right? 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4. And when you're following it, I mean, there's nothing like too much to explain. But what you need to keep in mind is when you're drumming, whether it's your feet or your hands, don't forget there's 2 movements. There's a downward movement and the upward movement, and most cats ignore the up. Now, coming up, there's 2 general universal drummers. There's drummers who drum with the wrist, so like they really don't rely on fingers. They grab the stick, right? And so their stick is in contact with their palms pretty much all the time. If anything, they even bottom hand drum, you know, where they'll do this thing. But otherwise, you know, you're very closed with your palm, versus a French grip, like a timpani kind of roll, where you're really opening your palms to get that stick height, right? So regardless whether you're a closed-handed drummer or you're a stick drummer, whichever one it is, you need to find that comfortable speed real slow and get a nice swing of the axe, right? Like Possess said. You don't want to just feel a push. You want to feel a balance in the stick so that it can come up and down. And as you increase the speed, you want to try to allow your speed to go up without reducing your stick height. Now that's really hard to do, especially when you're super quick, 130, 120, 130. In many cases it requires you to use your bounce. But again, if you allow for the stick to come up, you're gonna have a much higher stick height at a faster speed, and therefore you'll have a more powerful and consistent attack on the drums. You do that on your snare, and then you goof around with that on your toms, and the toms feel way different. They're like so dead, which is why it benefits you to do this on a pad that is like super squishy and not rubber bouncy. They're really hard to find. There's not too many out there. This is one of them. There's a couple other ones I saw. I don't know them all at the moment, but I'll on a future episode or whatever, I'll mention it. But yeah, it's just a big difference. So let's try it out, man. If drummers out there, pull out your fucking pads. On the drum talk, first half of the show, it's pretty nerdy. We work out a little bit, and then we talk some stuff, all drum shit, and then we end with, again, we're gonna end with current events and get the fuck out of here. So join me, join us. Let's try this out. So we always do a 4 count, and try to push yourself to do like 8 measures, and then definitively hit that downbeat, right? We're gonna do that at 100, 110, and 120. Let's try it. 1, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stop. At least that, right? Other hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, trying to be symmetrical. That's another thing. When I started in school, we used to drum like this. And the problem with that is you have one hand that moves this way, and you have one that twists this way. So like if you were to put like little lights on the tips of your beaters, one of them's going to be doing this cool like column, and the other one starts doing an oval, because I want to twist and go like this at the same time, so I get this twisting motion. Totally sucks. I fucking regret learning that way in school back in the day. So if y'all have little brothers or cousins who are learning drums in school, and you see that they're real adamant about traditional grip, just tell them, if you want to get into drumming, yeah, do your thing for UIL and all that bullshit, but you gotta be symmetrical. I mean, there's drummers out there who will drum this way extreme, but it's not the same. It's just not the same. Even like the most extreme heavy jazz drummers, fusion jazz drummers who are moving into metal, even they end up transitioning this way for a certain reason. So let's be symmetrical. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? You're lifting the stick and bringing it down, and it's got to feel balanced. See? Right? So you're gonna whip the stick, but you're gonna allow that movement to bring the stick up again. You kind of find it going real slow, you know, where it just kind of goes in one steady tempo like this, as opposed to being random. And then you just crank it. Incorporating some wrist, incorporating some fingers, and trying to keep that. One more time. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pop. Okay. Now you alternate hands. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pop. 2. Again. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you're drumming on a pad that sucks the bounce, it feels way harder than it should. It doesn't feel as easy as doing that on a responsive head, like a batter head. It like the stick bounces real high, so that's way easier to do. It's almost effortless. Right? Right? So if you use a fluffy pillow, I mean, or even in the air, it's hard in the air because you need a haptic attack spot. Get the fluffiest, least bounciest pillow you can. or one of these pads, and you're gonna be like, dude, this is like running in water or running over sand. It's like I can drum way faster than this, but you feel a tension. You don't have to go fast. You just have to drum solid, and you'll notice. Right? So let's go to 110 now. So crank your deals up to 110, or just follow me for this video. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, see? Shit, my left hand is my weak hand. This other side has a little bit more bounce. I can do it way easier. So it's like 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, and you do that on a real drum. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Cool, right? You do that at 120 now. Now we're getting spicy. This is where you grind. This is where blasting and shit gets really interesting. That line between being able to drum 1 foot blast, you know, and having to go 2 foot. Right? So back in the 3, 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Both hands. And so the reason why I can't keep the left hand the same as my right hand is because I have a weakness pumping the hand this way. I can do this, but this is not as twitchy as this hand. So you go to that level 2, level 1, no bounce, level 2, little more bounce, way easier. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like right away, it's a huge difference. So like forcing yourself to be uncomfortable and working on a non-bounce as almost like a anti-bounce surface. Like not only does it have very little bounce, but like it takes the bounce away. It like forces you to do all the movement and like establish a balance in the up and down motion of your attack. So then again, bring this sucker over to your snare drum and you're like way better. See, it's like it's profound, the difference in the comfort level when you start slow and you work your way up. You know, finally, of course, you go up to the 130s, and that's where you're legit grinding. I mean, you don't have to be this fast to grind, but man, when you can, fuck, dude, it's like a whole other level of power. Yeah, it feels really good. So let's go for around real quick. Let's see how that feels like on the kit after warming up like that. Let's go to camera 1, camera 2. Let's see here. Camera. Hold on. Let's go to the camera here. Boom. Ugh. It's my setup I had for recording the Hexea stuff. I just left it set up. It's pretty cool. Sounds alright. So when you warm up like that, you get on your kit, and hopefully you still have your clicker. I'm gonna bring it back down to 120, and then we'll go back up to 130. Then you just transfer your voices around, right? Trying to keep that same amount of up and downward movement. It's not just about a downward motion. You got to bring it up before you bring it down. Allowing the stick, you got to feel how the stick wants to bounce and let it. Don't stop it. Don't get too stiff. Don't hold your breath. You know, when your toes are going, don't do that thing where your freaking toes, like, I don't know, like when you get a cramp and they're like, you know, they get all like out of shape and stiff. Keep your toes nice and relaxed on the pedals, you know. Try not to stick your toe up or your pinky out, you know. Keep contact on the kit. Same thing with your hands, right? Try not to do this too much where your hands come out real crazy. Stay relaxed. And it's better to drum solid than it is to just force speed. You're going to hurt yourself. Speed is a byproduct of consistency, right? All right, let's jam her up just one more time here on the click. And get the click a little louder. That's about as loud as All right, here we go. 120. 1, 2, 3. So a good way to come back and forth, getting your feet involved with getting your hands tight, is this one pattern where you go. So you're gonna first follow every right foot, 8 counts, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you're gonna follow both feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. And that allows you to keep your feet flowing through a blast and out of a blast, right? And then you'll find your left hand will be supported by just trying to stay symmetrical with your right hand, right? It's like this. 3, 4, 1. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Relax. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Peeking. Try again. let's go to 130. And then let's go to the chat now. 130. Here we go. Yeah. This is where the big dogs go, man. I'm trying to get used to this. I want to be able to keep up with all the hardcore fucking badass grinders. See what's up. Just like that. Woo! So that's the drum talk. Now that we've gotten that underway, woo! That feels good. Feels real good. Val good. Go back to camera 2. Boom! Whoa! All right, let's bring it down a notch. That being said, let's see. Always wanted a basement. Dang, girl. Sorry to bother you. You wanted our promotion over your channels. Get out of here. Okay. I wonder I can remove some of these stupid Twitch. All right. So, this was supposed to be going on the whole time. Oh, I'm getting used to it. All right. So now, I hope that gives you all a little bit of some ideas to some things to do to add to your practice regimen. Things that are going to make you a little more consistent and swifter, huh? Swifty swift. Make you guys feel more confident when you're up there on stage doing your thing. But it takes a long time to do, and it never ends. Remember, if you don't use it, you lose it. Now for current events. Today's current event music is brought to us by the band Sworn, by my buddy Elias. He also has many other projects. One of them is A Forsaken Divinity, another black metal project, and another one is Ruin Cross, which is totally different. It's more of a je ne sais quoi. It's like a dark synth. It's like more of like a dark synth, electronic, experimental, sexy, slutty, satanic thing. That makes any sense. This band, Sworn, was really cool because it was like his first kind of teasing of getting out of the black metal, not that he got out of it, but from transitioning from just playing pure aggressive black metal into like this electronically fueled thing. And so, this is Sworn. So that's in the background. Look up Elias Martinez and his brother Abel, Ruin Cross with a K. Check them out. So, current events, everybody. Let's talk about current events real quick. First, in the drum world. Let me share this over here. So, let's add to the stage this brand new This is brand new to the drum world. Brand new, old, brand new again. So yeah, dude. For those of you who followed this, Z Customs are back to Mundo. They're back, and they are not the same. And I say that in a fucking gloriously positive way. They are not the same. They figured out all the pendejadas that they did from the first era, and they were able to fix that shit. So some of the things they did were making the thickness of the cymbals a lot different. I think they're thinner now, which allows them to disperse the wash. Lets them be a little more singy instead of just pank pank, you know. And I think inversely, they did an update to their Mega Bell. The Mega Bell is pretty exciting to me. I purchased one. I purchased one from a buddy of mine, which is an old school one from, I guess, their first, maybe second generation, first generation of these cymbals, and it is extremely noisy. I had to do something. Oh, let me show you this cool tip. Check this out. So, zooming back into this over here. Oh shit, wrong screen. All right, so this is how I recommend you muffle your drums in weird places that your typical moon gels don't work, like on the bottom of a head or under a cymbal, which is what I had to do for my Mega Bell that I bought from my friend VC. I had to make one a little bit double wide. So what this is teepee, little toilet paper, and some duct tape. You don't just put duct tape, guys. If you put duct tape on the fucking head, it just becomes part of the head. You're trying to muffle the head, and you just like add another layer of thickness to the head. What difference are you gonna do to it? You need to do something cool like this. So the tape holds this little pad that you make, and it depending on how wide you want to do this or how long you can control that. I put this on the bottom of my OG Mega Bell that I bought from Esteway. It looks just like this, right? It's got that huge fucking bell. It's got a crazy profile. The profile is so freaking big, dude, that like I can't even put it in my cymbal case. It's like I can't travel with it, dude, unless I had this like uber wide case. I wanted to take it with me to Spain, and no can do. So I had to take my other super badass ride. But right now we're talking about these Z Customs. They're glorious, man. They look beautiful, and they play pretty nice. The newer ones are much better. Much better. They got just the right amount of pinky pang pang and a whole lot of wishy-wash, man. And their crashes... Let's take a step back here. Their crashes, I've played an 18 and I played a 16. They had them at my local guitar center. Boink. Let's view these. So 16, 17, whatever. I mean, I don't know why there'd be a difference, but the 18, oh man, these have a really nice... See, so let me explain the reason for this hand-hammered business here, right? See, this hand-hammered cymbal here, it's basically like a Z Custom. They're real bright. If you remember the Z Customs are basically just like, they're just real smooth, unlathed cymbals. Give me 1 second. Let me put this back where I got it from. There we go. I had it on the bottom of my floor tom. So the cool thing about the unlathed cymbals is that they how to say is they'll ring out in a different way. You know, they're very noisy. Okay, which works great for nice loud music, right? Psh, they're real brilliant. The more complexity you put on the surface of something, the more that the resonance is affected. When you hammer a cymbal, that part gets hard. It loses its fluffiness. If you could imagine that there's some kind of fluffiness inside the metal, and it creates like a different tuning. It adds more noise inside the so you get this you get more attack. You get a little more attack because you're interrupting a lot of the wash. But because these cymbals are still so bright and so responsive, and they're a lot thinner now, they ring out really well. So it's a great way to get a real nice attack and a real brilliant wash afterwards. The new ones, again, are absolutely different than the old ones. And when I say the old ones, I mean like early 90s, late 80s. Totally different. There's a video on YouTube's. This guy's trying one out. He hadn't tried the new ones out yet. He was playing an old one, and it literally just sounds like you're holding the cymbal and you're just hitting it. And clank, clank. Fucking the worst cymbal ever. He had to literally get broken cymbals to try to match how crappy that cymbal sounded. This cymbals, I played them. I played the 16. I played the 18. And I played the Ride. Dude. Yeah, totally worth it. And for being a fancy cymbal, right? These are retailing for $340 something fucking dollars. Not cheap. Not cheap. And they're not getting cheaper. But they are cheaper than some of their other high-tiered cymbals were like 400 and oof. So I saw that Pang. Yeah, I don't know if you're talking about that video, right? Oof. This new one, again, I played them myself. Really good cymbals, man. Totally worth it. I recommend. If you see one, just try it. Ask if it's the new generation. Yeah, the old Z's. Yeah, the old Z's are caca. The new Z's rule. They fucking rule. Okay, so I recommend that you check them out. Spread the word. They're totally worth it. And they're not cheap, but they're not the most expensive. The next price point below these are $199, so like $200 to $250, and you're looking at a significant difference in quality. So sound is arguable. I just mean like build quality. So I think this is they're trying their best to try to not make every fucking cymbal $500. That sucks. So yeah, in the drum world, here's that's part of the drum news. Moving on to more news we have. Let me share this breaking news as well. We have where is it? This bad boy right there. Yeah. All right. Okay. Boom. Here's some more breaking news. Not so breaking, but it's current events. Coming soon. July, everybody. Destroying Texas Fest number 18 is Mama Malone. Down at the bottom of the screen, I put the address where you can order tickets. I believe they're on sale now, and they are moving. 2 fucking days of extreme entertainment. Total entertainment. Look at that, dude. Look at that. Demoncy, Volcano, Crucifier, Sacramentum, Crucimentum, Two names that are very similar. Um, there's one called Axapuchalacachacapultacan from Mexico. They're pretty cool. That would be this band right here. Of course, Heroes, Imprecation are going to play. Lurking Terror is pretty cool. That's kind of a new band. It features Enrique. I think his last name is Chavez. He used to sing for Sadistic Intent, and he sometimes fills in for. He sometimes fills in for Mortuary. Mortuary? No, not Mortuary. Oh, Cenotaph. Excuse me, Cenotaph. He did a couple shows with Cenotaph a year or two ago, and he might still kind of jump in whenever they play over on this side every now and then. But his vocals are fucking heavy, dude, and he's a true OG motherfucker. Yeah, Enrique Chavez playing with Lurking Terror. Lurking Terror is a kick-ass band. Look them up. Necroblade. For those of you who are part of the Joabaverse, y'all know Francisco Pulido of the famed Pulido family of the kings of norteño music in Texas, Tejano. And HRA and ETD. I played in a band ETD with him. Grindcore stuff and Thy Feeble Savior and Cemeterian and HRA. The list goes on. He's gonna jump in and play bass with this band, which is super cool. They're a new band as well. It's got Joe in there, who used to be in Morbosidad, and I forget one other band on guitar. And so that's going to be cool to see that live. I'm super stoked. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to pose. I'm not going to pretend like I know who this band on the bottom is, but I'm sure others will complain to me that I don't know who that is or how to pronounce that. Moving on. My brothers in Pius Levis from San Antonio, the kings of San Antonio, extreme fucking metal, man. OG motherfuckers, kicking ass still. And they will be performing at this fucking glorious festival. I think this is going to be the second time I play a show with them at this venue. Not this fest, but it was a different deal. But they fucking kick ass live. They have a great lineup. Ex-members of Thornspawn when they used to be super heavy, the true Thornspawn era, the first era. So basically, three-fourths of the band they got the fuck out of there, and now they're doing this band. I mean, they've been doing stuff in between, right? You got Burial Shroud. The drummer was doing that. The drummer for this band was playing in that band on Burial Shroud, and I think Link was well, and maybe he did for a little bit. Anyways, but yeah, Pius Levis fucking rules. It's very, very much like a satanic death metal band. Super, super good in the ways of like a little bit of third world element, a little bit of extreme chaos, a very evil sounding death metal. It's not your gory, brutal, choppy death metal, which is good too, but not these guys. These guys are gonna fucking. These guys will satiate your evil warriors craving. And then of course I will be playing this show as well. I'm super excited. I'm gonna be playing with Annihilator. Annihilator's an old school band. They did a couple recordings 100 years ago in 85, 87, and then 90, 91, something like that. They did some demos and some EPs and stuff. Got back together later on. Did another thing. Got back together again later on. Did an EP in 2018, 2016, something like that. I started jamming with them around 2017, 2018. I filled in on a few shows, one or two on guitar and a whole bunch on drums. And that was pretty cool. The band kind of, the guys kind of fell apart and went in different ways, but Alex was still like, hey, let's keep doing this. What the fuck, So he didn't waste any time, and he hit me up, and he's like, hey, wait, let's keep doing stuff. I said, hell yeah, man. So we got together and we put together a new album, and we'll be playing some new tracks from the new album at that show. I'm super stoked. For fans of extreme raging thrash and of the first era the first era of Annihilator, very much in that effort, and you know, a little bit of a Brazilian and Canadian extreme shit, right? Okay. So the tickets to get that DTF 18 eventbrite.com, it's on the bottom. So y'all spread the news, get your fucking tickets. Don't miss out. So more breaking news. Still in the shows department. There's a lot of shows happening. Tonight, possibly happening. I don't know now. It's kind of funny. I'm even posting it, but what the fuck, right? My boys in Burt Bacharach right here. They're playing a show tonight. I hope you all are there. I hope if you did go or you know someone who went, tell us all about it. Show us some pictures. Show us some videos. Let us know what the fuck happened, because I've seen a few videos and they rule, man. These guys do a they do a grindcore cover of Take 5. It's hilarious. Yeah, it's fucking, for those who don't know, it's the original members of AC, Anal Cunt, original drummer, original guitarist, and yeah, two-piece powerhouse, playing extreme fast, some humor, a lot of aggression, a lot of speed, man, and a lot of intensity. Totally recommend this. They only have one album out right now, and they're working on releasing a full length. Should be out pretty soon. So Burt Bacharach, this fucking blur of bullshit right here, it says Burt Bacharach. Yes, like the singer Burt Bacharach, who then died after they created this band. So I don't know, Coinky Dink curse? You be the judge. But they're playing tonight. I hope everybody goes and checks that out. Still in the category of breaking news and current events, let's check this out. We got this banger right here. Boom! Happening later this year in the fall. Late summer. Yeah, man. San Antonio. Let's give it up for John, I want to call him Long Strength. Langston. Putting together another fucking big ass show. You know, it's funny, man. I mean, I know him, but like, I've kind of known this dude from shows and whatnot for, fuck, dude, I don't know, 15, 20 years? I don't know, man. This guy's been in the scene forever. And I feel like more so in the last 5 years, and he can correct me maybe one of these days on the Sinister Six episodes that we do, he'll come in maybe and chit chat with us or whatever. Maybe give us some sick songs to enjoy. Yeah, man, he just started throwing some fucking big ass shows, dude. And this show right here fucking rules, man. Look at this kick ass flyer, dude. New York Death Metal Annual 2024, Return of the Swedish Death Metal Legends, Dismember. Now, listen, Dismember, very iconic, famous, been around the block band. Personally speaking, that's cool. That's cool. You know, yeah, I'm gonna be one of those guys. The demo's the only thing that rules. But check it out, dude. You got Whiplash, old school. Nasty fucking Savage is gonna play. Monstrosity's gonna play. Noctambulism from Mexico's gonna play. Morbosidad, Imprecation. Dude. Oh, Annihilator, we're gonna go ahead and play that show too. That's gonna be super cool. And I am not so fucking confirmed yet, but I think I might be there also with another one of my bands. We're just waiting on a confirmation from one more person who we haven't heard from yet because we just found out today. So as soon as we find out, I'll make a confirmation on that, and that'll be cool. So I might play 2 days. Woohoo! Double duty. Double duty. Yeah, it's gonna be a really, really kick-ass show. I will post tickets. Oh, I still have the other one. I will post tickets for that uh, um, pretty soon. Okay, maybe on the maybe next weekend. Did not grab that before I started the show, but it's gonna be at the Paper Tiger, which used to be the legendary White Rabbit. For those of you who have played in the scene long enough and are old enough, I guess, older than 20 years old, I guess, you might know that place was called the White Rabbit. Maybe you went to a show there. So that's going to be a pretty cool, big ass event, August 16th and 17th. Be there or be a fucking giant, fat, round square. Right? Moving on current events. Current events. I want to share with you 2 album releases that I'm super stoked about. Super stoked about. One of them is coming soon, and one of them is just released. The one that's coming soon is this one. Volkolslack. Dude, VLK. That's 3 consonants. My brain explodes. I don't know what to do with 3 consonants in a row, guy. Come on. But I'm going to pronounce it. I'm going to butcher it. Please forgive me. Volkolslack. Anyways, this is fucking Ryan Firkin's solo project. And for those of you who know who he is, I'm sure you're stoked because he's done quite a few fucking bands. He's been in the scene for a good minute. Playing in Discarnate Horizon currently. He's their drummer. He previously did an album I have a copy of as well called Nether, which is pretty cool. And I think there's another Morbus 666, something like that. But I haven't heard that one yet, so I'm not going to talk about it if I haven't heard it yet. Hey, it's like those people who wear the shirts of bands that they haven't listened to. What's up with that, right? How dare you wear a shirt of a band you haven't heard yet? That's poser shit. So I'm not going to lie to you until you have heard the other project of his. But I have heard the others. The Nether and the Discarnate Horizon, of course. I played a bunch of shows with Discarnate Horizon, and actually I will be playing with them this... Oh, shit. I forgot to announce... this. I forgot to announce this before I moved on to that. Yeah. So playing with, there we are. Discarnate Horizon. Yeah, man. I'll be playing a show with these guys pretty freaking soon. Super stoked. That'll be this coming Friday in Houston, fucking Texas. Kickback Bar, Houston, Texas. $10 make you holla. Hasselrod's going to be headlining. They're a new band that is just, full of veterans. They're not new people, but they're about a year or 2 old, and they fucking dominate. Let me tell you what. They're closer to the realm of like Dismember and that style of music, but way fucking better. Way fucking better, man. If you ask me, about Swedish death metal or those of the like, I would say if only they played more like Hasselrod. Hasselrod fucking rules. Good drums, good fucking guitars, brutal vocals. Dude also sings for like a power metal band. So, yeah, I was surprised. I was like, he plays with a Scroll Keeper. And, he's a power metal vocalist. Then he throws out the fucking sings really, really good. Killer vocals. Hexea, we're going to be fucking driving up there and bringing the celebration of chaos and death. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I always forget to. Chaos and death. And so that's going to be pretty rad. And then, of course, Blood Shrine, homeboys from the RGV, put up each at 95666. They're going to be playing a show with us, too. It's going to be neat. It's going to be our first show with them, and it's way the fuck over there. You'd think we'd... No, I'm sorry. We did play a show with them. It'll be our second show. The first show we played with them was a little fucking chaotic. but it's gonna be cool to do it again. It was the first gig they had a new guitarist with, so that's not the chaotic part. That guy played like he'd been in the band already for a long time. He did really, really well. No worries there. Anyways, and so yeah, it's gonna be cool to jam alongside those guys, and of course our brothers in Wolf Skull. For those of you who know Hexea and our releases, we did a split with Wolf Skull some years back. Let me show you the picture. We did it about a year ago or so. Man, time is flying by so fast. Let me see. Here it is. Boom. Let's copy this image. Sorry, let's save this image. It's one of those. Hold on. Here we go. Hey, and there's a picture of the inside. That'll work. Hexea split. All right, check this out. So for those of you who are in the know, we did a release with Wolf Skull, and it was really, really fun. It released off of Goat Throne Records. Oh shit, where the hell is it? Here it is. Here it is. So pick this one up. Burn With Us is the name of the split. And this is the first, I think this is the first gig we're playing now that the album is out. I think we were still producing it, or I think it was in process of being released when we last played together. And so now the album's out, and it's been out. It's super cool. We were supposed to play a show down here to celebrate that and you know, life or whatever, right? But yeah, it's gonna be cool to play in Houston and alongside our brothers in Wolf Skull. Get your copies. You might be able to find them at the Sound Exchange there in Houston for those of you who live up there. Otherwise, you can hit up Hexea .218, I believe, is the Instagram, and order copies of that, or hit up Wolf Skull. Let me show you how it's spelled. WULFSKOL, Wolf Skull. And you can order yourself a copy of that. It's on vinyl, it's on cassette, it's on CD. Bang, bang, bang. Pick it up. Okay. So back to the new releases. So Ryan is going to be releasing this album. What I was told, sources say, that this album is going to get released in August. So I'm not sure if it's going to be solo, or I think Goat Throne Records is releasing this one as well in like early to mid-August. So look forward to checking this out. I've heard little snippets in the work in progress mode. He also produced this himself. I think the only thing he got help in was with the photography and with the mastering. Otherwise, he's a fucking triple threat, man. Drumming, guitars, vocals, bass, mixing, you know, engineering, the whole schmack. So I'm super proud of him, and I'm stoked. I can't wait to get my fucking copy. And speaking of, get your fucking copy, I want you all to go out and order this new fucking album that is out right now, currently out right meow. This band is consists of a bunch of veterans, Jake and Zeke. As a matter of fact, here I wrote down some of the credits for this one. Wait, I didn't write them down. I typed them up. Write down, type up. Go figure. But yeah, on lead vocals and guitar, Zoskia Draken, Maelstrom of Wrath on guitars lead, Jake Holmes on bass and vocals, and they have a session drummer. Released on Anti-Cricona-classed Productions. Say that 5 times fast. 5 times fast. Say that 5 times fast. 5 times fast. Shit. The artwork is by Joe Kennett, and the logo was done by one of the band members as well. Yeah, super happy for them. This album is super sick, and to further drill that in, let's listen to this real quick, okay? I wanted to play something from all these new releases, so let's check this one out. I had it queued, and my system's like, "Oh, that's nice. You want to queue that up? Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna fucking undo your queuing here. Queuing on. Okay. This is Wormvold. This is track 1, Vengeance Eclipsing Red. 2024 released. It just came out April 12th, I believe, which was last weekend. So, here we go. Wormvold. Let's check out a track. Yeah, you guys got to pick that up. This album fucking rolls, man. I'm super stoked about it. It's about 20 minutes of extreme brutality, just bangers, 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 one after another. It's all very extreme like that. It's all unrelenting. Okay, so if you like what you heard, please go pick up your copy. They're selling them directly. There's the link in the bottom right here, on the ticker. Wormvold Bandcamp. Worm with a WYRM. WYRM. Wormvold. You do the V and the W. Backwards, spun around, Germanic style. So, yep. Let me see. I think that covers all of what we had today for current event. All right, cool. So, I'm gonna go ahead and start to fade this out. Thank you everybody for a handful of people here who were checking out the very first episode. This is kind of how it's gonna flow. Just an hour or two. Talk a little bit about the drums, a little concept, and current events. And then have another episode. Talk a little bit about guitar, concepts, techniques, cool shit in the news, and then current events. And then, of course, at the end, the third one, a little loud, we'll go ahead and we'll do our Sinister Six music segment where we tell our story with our 6 songs and current events. Starting next week, I believe, we're going to go ahead and add this to YouTube, which everybody's got a YouTube. Everybody likes YouTube. It's hard not to do the YouTube. So we'll be on there. Thank you all for kicking back, and I'll upload this to YouTube as well for you guys to enjoy if we can. So thank you all for